keeping safe and well. Thank you for being a little bit patient with me. This is my first video review, hopefully. I'll upload for you to watch and do at home in your own time. I will hopefully start doing some live classes via Zoom, but I'll let you know a bit more information once I've got that all sorted and up and running. So today we'll just need our little mats. If you've got something, or even your carpet, whatever is comfortable to lay on, and you can use either a band if you've got a band, or a dressing gown, or a towel, or something you can just loop over your foot and hold on to. So we'll get started, and we'll start on our backs. And like our riders, just if you're a beginner, just start with your feet hip width apart, and we're going to start with our imprint. So taking a nice deep breath in, pulling that belly button in towards your spine and pushing your lower back into the mat, so you get that nice tilt, and then coming back to that starting position. So nice tilts back and forth. If you get the hang of it, then please widen your feet to be our riders, so we have a saddle in between our legs to the distance of the mat, and begin with your imprints. A little bit of a warm up just to get us going, thinking about those deep abdominals, pulling that belly button in towards our spine. Good. If you're finding that easy, one leg into tabletop, and exactly the same, making sure you get that nice tilt in your pelvis, or you can alternate each legs if you're doing that, or if you're really good, you can move both legs into tabletop and get your imprints going. So just a couple more. Thinking about our breathing in through our nose as you pull that belly button in towards our spine, push that lower back into the mat. Breathing out as we return back to our neutral. Lovely. Good, let's bring our feet hip width apart this time. One leg's going to stay still, the other leg's going to come up straight with a little bit of a bend, not completely straight, a little bit of a bend. I don't know anyone that rides with a completely straight leg. Good, so from here, pull that belly button in towards your spine, breathing in as you lower your leg back down, but not touching the ground, and back up again. If you're a beginner, just pop your hands on your hips, just make sure those hip bones stay parallel to the floor, pointing up towards the ceiling. Breathing in and out. Good. And again, for those who've been doing it a while, you can always bring that other leg into tabletop. Just make sure that lower back doesn't arch, it stays in neutral. Belly button in towards your spine. Good. Couple more on this leg. Lovely, and then we'll switch over. And again, the leg that we're keeping still, make sure it stays still, doesn't flap around, doesn't move out to the side, hands on hips. Good, belly button into the spine, breathing in as the leg comes down, out as the leg comes up. Good, just a few more. Really think as you breathe in, lower your leg, pull that belly button just a little bit more in towards your spine, just gets the deep abdominals really firing. Good, and last one. Lovely. Bringing our feet back to hip width apart. Again, we're going to concentrate on keeping one leg still, the other leg falls out to the side. Again, hip bones pointing up towards the ceiling. Imagine you're riding, you want to go straight. Good, if you're finding that easy, that's more of a beginner one. Bring your leg up, just an inch off the ground. And exactly the same principle, keeping your other leg still. this leg just rotates outward. Just don't let your hip bones roll out the way that your knee's falling. You almost want to keep that hip up. Counteract that movement. And again, breathing in as the leg comes out. And out as the leg comes in. Good, a couple more on this side. Lovely, let's switch over to the other leg. Readjust yourself if you found it like you've lost your neutral, keeping that belly button tucked in towards your spine. Again, breathing in as the leg falls out, out as the leg comes back in and the knee comes back in. And stick to the same level that you have done on the other side. Just evens out the work you're doing. Good, a couple more. Lovely, and just hug those knees in towards your chest. Rock side to side if you like. Just open up our lower back just slightly. Good couple of breaths here as well. Perfect. For the riders that have not been doing it that long, I want you to keep your feet hip width apart. For the ones who've been doing it for a while, let's bring our feet outwards to the edge of the mat. And again, like the first exercise, we're going to start with an imprint, hands down by your side, but palms facing upwards. Start with the imprint and then push up your hips until your knees, hips and shoulders are in a nice line, and then slowly bring yourself back down as you breathe in. Once you get the hang of this, if your feet are hip width apart, then you can widen your feet. It's just getting those glutes activated and that nice control. Now when your legs are this wide, just make sure your knees don't roll inwards. Keep your knees pushed out. Good. You can make this into a nice shoulder bridge if you like, popping your arms up towards the ceiling. Feel like you're almost pushing through your heels to really get your glutes firing. Good. Lovely, two more. Keep those knees pushed out. Lovely. Bring your arms back down if they're up and just wiggle your feet inwards to the hip width apart. Find neutral in your spine. Secure it by pulling that belly button in. One leg's going to come straight this time. Arms can be down, ideally crossed across your chest. Good. And from here, we're going to keep that leg straight, little bend in the knee. And we're just going to make nice circles, but the circles are going to come from your hip, not from your knee, from your hip. Keeping your legs straight, remembering to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and thinking about also our hip bones. Imagine we're going straight down the centre line. We want those hip bones to be floating towards A or C. Good, and gradually make those circles bigger, but make sure if you make those circles bigger that your pelvis doesn't tilt towards the outside. Keep the hip bones pointing upwards towards the ceiling. Yeah, let's change direction now. Arms across your chest if you like, that's the harder option. For beginners, please place your hands on your hips, just gives you a bit more feedback as to what your hips are doing. Lovely. One more circle. Good. Let's change legs. Remember, soft bend, excuse me, soft bend in the knee. Secure your belly button in towards your spine. And create the circles from our hips, not from our knee, not from our ankle, from our hips. So knee stays still, ankle stays still. Breathing in through our nose, out through our mouth. Ignore the dog. And changing circles. Changing direction of the circle even. Now don't worry if you're doing oblongs or squares or rectangles. It's just about getting that strength there before you get that nice control. I think that's the cat, not a dog. Lovely, one more circle. Good, and from here just bring your feet in towards each other, hands up above your head and just widen your feet, your knees even towards the ground in a reverse butterfly. And just take a couple of breaths here. In through our nose, out through our mouth. Lovely. Extending your legs towards the end of the mat. You get a nice stretch through your body, and we're going to roll onto our side, almost into our favourite exercise, the clams. So head in your hand or arm rested on the ground with your head on top of your bicep here, whichever's comfortable. Now, remember I keep saying about our pelvis, make sure our pelvis isn't too far rocked back, too far rocked forward. If you're a beginner, sometimes doing it against a wall is quite good, gives you a little bit of feedback as to what your pelvis is doing, whether you're pushing into the wall or whether you're coming away. So, we're going to start with our legs just slightly bent, so not bent up like we have been doing, just slightly bent. And our top leg is going to be straight, but hovered up. So from here we're going to toe tap forward, arch up and backwards to toe tap behind our foot on the ground. And again, it's quite good if you're a beginner, popping your hands on your hips lets you realise what you're doing, whether it's coming forward, backwards, whether it's actually staying still. Yeah, so we're making a nice semicircle behind our leg and in front. And remember to breathe as well, in through our nose, out through our mouth. Good. Just a few more. If you're feeling the burn already, that's good. Keep working through the burn. No pain, no gain, as they say. Good. Last two. Lovely. Good. From here, we're going to bend our top knee and bring it up towards our chest. Bottom leg's going to be straight. We're going to lift that bottom leg up as we breathe in, and then we're just slowly going to lower it back down as we breathe out. Told you it's a cat. Good. Okay, getting that nice control. Don't worry if you're a little bit jaggedy, a bit bouncy up and down as you slowly lower your leg down. That strength will come. Yeah, a couple more. Lovely. And last one. Good. From here, we're going to bend. Bring our bottom shoulder through, we've done this before, and on top of the bottom one, we're going to breathe in, we're going to slide forward as we breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift our top arm up. We're going to watch it all the way around to the other side, keeping this knee on the floor, breathing in as you come back over, and again sliding over your bottom hand before you come up and round again. Good. And then just see if you can get a little bit further each time. I'll be 2 minutes. Yes. Good, last one. Excuse the interruption. Good. Let's switch over to the other side. And either head in your hand or head on your bicep, whatever is comfortable. Top leg is going to be straight and forward, bottom leg is going to be slightly bent. Pull that belly button in towards your spine. Good, breathing in, let toes tapping forward, arching over and round as you toe tap behind your leg. Good. And again, hand on hip if you're finding you need a little bit of guidance as to where your pelvis is, what it's doing, especially if you're a beginner. Good. Still remember to breathe. In through our nose, out through our mouth. Good. Lovely, last two. Feel the burn. Perfect, then bring that knee up towards your chest, straighten your bottom leg. Lifting it up as you breathe in and slowly lowering it back down towards the ground. Good. And then try and get that nice control as you come down. Really trying to make it slow. Last two. Lovely. And then like the other side, bring your bottom shoulder through, palms together, nice breath in, sliding that top hand over your bottom. Breathing out as you lift it up and over to the other side. Good. So as you come over and round, watching your hand all the way to the side, keeping that knee on the ground. Trying to get a little bit further each time you come round, a bit more mobility. This is such a nice one to do if you're working from home now, sitting at a desk all day. You just feel like you're stiff in your upper back a little bit. Such a nice mobility one. Yeah, make this your last one. Lovely. From here we're going to roll onto our back, grab your band or your rope or your dressing gown, tie or anything you can find to loop around your foot. Bottom other leg's going to be straight on the ground. Going to hold it from the top here, nice soft bend in our knee. Doing our little hip series here. And then pulling that band towards your head so you feel that hamstring stretch behind your thigh. If you feel it behind your knee, then just point your toe towards the ceiling a little bit. Good, and from here, nice breath in, guide your leg out to the side, getting that stretch on the inner part of our thigh. And just use this moment just to slow down your breathing a little bit. Good, and then coming back up and then across your body so you get that stretch right into your glutes a little bit. Hip can come off the mat. Lovely. You hold each stretch for longer if you feel like you need it. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So changing the band to your other foot. Soft bending our knee, pulling that band towards our head. Towards this. Again, if you're finding it sharp-ish pain behind your knee, just point your toe towards the ceiling a little bit. Just takes the neural element out. Lovely. And again, guiding the leg out to the side, getting that nice inner thigh stretch. Perfect, back up and right across your body. Feeling that stretch in your hamstring, right into your glute here as well. Taking the band off. And that concludes number 1 of our videos. I hope you enjoyed that. It'd be something short enough you can do in a break, you can do in your lunch break if you're working from home, or you can do it any time during your day.